Rallying cry, what this thing was all about, what we were trying to do, reducing the size and scope of the monstrous leviathan that is our state and federal government right now. But this year we're going to do something better, and we're going to ask you guys to do something beyond just show up for a rally with signs and all that. We're going to ask you to take from this a sense and a spirit of volunteering in your own communities and getting activated and motivated to take it to that next step. Because we can rally, we can shout, we can scream, but you know what? We got to start doing something. We got to stand up with the words and applying the principles that I think unites us here today. So please go in the back and get some literature from some of the groups there. The speakers today are going to lay out some of that for you and really go away from this with that.
Why are we here? We are here to make a pledge to ourselves, to our children, and to our grandchildren. We pledge to stay awake. We pledge to stay involved. We pledge to pay attention. We pledge to stay active. We pledge to call your office. We pledge to write your office. To right the wrongs that keep coming out of your office. And guess what else? We pledge to run for office. Why are we here? The president said a couple days ago that he was amused at all the rallies going on around the country. He thought it was the issue of taxes that we should be thanking him for. I would certainly like to take this opportunity to thank the president, okay? To tell him thank you for all that he's done. That's a joke, okay? But it is you, President Obama, who has applied the defibrillator to us to wake us up. This nation is the one that's too big to fail. The American people won't let it fail. We're here, we're taking it back, and we're on our way.
I'm here today to introduce a number of citizen representatives, your neighbors, who are stepping up to the plate to run for an elected office. 2010 is going to be a monumental election year, where we're going to see fundamental shift back to liberty. But this will only occur if you, those who are here today, and those who are watching on YouTube, step up to volunteer and make sure the right Liberty candidate gets elected to office. When I ran for U.S. Congress in 2008, here in the Capital District, it was only made possible by the passionate, hard work of the grassroots, many of whom are here today, to canvass door to door, to phone bank, and to spread the message far and wide. This is what these citizen representatives are going to need to create a primary challenge to the established system. However, it is also your duty to make sure that these candidates have what it takes to be a Liberty candidate. You must ask if they understand what the true role of government is. The role of government is not to be the nanny state. It's not to be there for you from cradle to grave. And it's also not there to be the global empire and policeman of the world. What it is there is the role of government. The role of government is to protect your liberties. And so to protect our property rights and to protect our role as individuals who are self-responsible. However, just like our founders in 1776, freedom is a popular message that has sprung a powerful grassroots like you. It is through grassroots message that our Rasmussen poll has shown that a constitutional candidate by the name of Ron Paul is now dead even with Obama in the polls for the election in 2012. That's right. And if it can happen nationally, we can make it happen here locally. But without further ado, I would like to present our citizen representatives, starting with my friend Warren Resnick, and then we'll talk to Leonard Roberto, Darren Bush, and Steve McLaughlin. So here it is, Warren Resnick.
Hello. Is this thing on? I'm running for governor. My name is Warren Redlick. I'm from Guilderland, New York, somewhere near Albany. Now, one of the things I want you to know about me, people talk about politicians. I'm probably not that much of a politician. The media doesn't think I'm interesting enough. I've never been caught with a hooker. My dad was not governor of the state of New York. I did not find my soulmate in Argentina. So I'm not interesting enough to be a politician, but I'll tell you what is interesting. I asked people around the state, what do you think the head of the New York Public Library makes? And people will say, oh, I don't know, 100,000 a year, 150. Some people know I'm onto something and they'll say $250,000. No. $689,000 a year to run a library. $689,000 a year. Now it is a big library, but I think $689,000 is a little much. We can do something about that. Instead of laying off teachers, instead of closing our parks, instead of taxing our soda, we can do something different. There are 90,000 bureaucrats in New York State who make over $100,000 a year. Let me say that again. 90,000 bureaucrats in New York State make over $100,000 a year. If you don't believe me, see through NY.net. The answer, instead of taxing soda, laying off teachers, and closing parks, is capping bureaucrat pay. If we cap their pay at $100,000 a year, just on pay alone, that will save $2 billion in the first year, plus pensions that it will save. There's so many things we can do, but that's a start. So next, my name is Warren Redlick, by the way. If you Google "stop wasting money," which I think is the theme for the Tea Party movement. It's not racism, it's not sexism. Let the mainstream media show you this umbrella at a Tea Party movement. This is not a misogynist umbrella. This is not a racist umbrella. This is not an anti-anything umbrella. The Tea Party movement is positive, and the big thing we got to do is stop wasting money. My name is Warren Redlick. You have to remember my name, Warren Redlick for governor.
Everybody in this country got hurt every time our legislators did this to us. And when we stood up to exercise our civil rights, to peaceably assemble and petition them for a redress of grievances, they attempted to intimidate us by labeling us everything from Nazis to racists. I am black. Surprise! It is hard to label me a racist. That doesn't hurt me, but for everybody else here in these hard economic times, if you are labeled a racist, if you are associated with a group identified as racist by so many of the powerful leaders of our community, opinion makers, and celebrities who branded us everything from racists to criminals to Nazis, all the things they call us. It hurts you. It hurts your ability to get a new job. It hurts your ability to run a business. It hurts your ability to be employed.
No, I didn't recognize you first, you know.
Yet millions of good Americans stood up all last year and took that risk because they knew they were trying to do the right things that had to be done. It is our civic responsibility to hold our representatives responsible when they screw up like these people did time and time again last year. And so we're here again, and they still don't understand what we're angry about.